This is one that I've been very excited for. Back in 2021, Squid released their debut album, Bright Green Field, which was honestly one of my favorite albums from that year. Despite the album's small inconsistency, as in there are like 3 tracks here that I think are kind of forgettable, there's a lot to love about it. The band's frantic energy, their unique blend of art punk and post-punk, their sporadic melodies, their rhythms. It's a very great album, and it has my favorite song from that year as well, which is the closing track, Pamphlets. Narrator and Pauline are also really great. So essentially, out of all the main post-punk-ish bands from this decade, I will say that Squid is probably my favorite, which makes me even more glad that this album managed to live up to my expectation. I don't know if this one's better than their debut, I still haven't decided, but if there's one thing that I'll probably say this album is better at is consistency, which even the weaker tracks like Devil's Pen and After the Flash still have their unique qualities to them. This is an album that I think it's very hard to describe. It somewhat has the same sound and tone as their debut, but this one is definitely more experimental and out there. It's hard to pin a general genre for many of these tracks. The first track definitely immediately leaves that impression on you. There's a lot of atmospheric and generally grander elements here, as well as a lot of scene-based focused melodies that remain throughout. It's honestly one of the best songs from the album. It steps in new territory while still remaining the band's signature style with it. The way that it all comes together is very satisfying, especially with some of the jazzy beats later on the song. And another highlight and probably my favorite song from the album is Undergrowth. This song fucking rules. I love the mesmerizing rhythm and melody, and the energy is honestly one of the most memorable, frantic, and insane of the band yet, especially during the chorus.
Economic fervor, restore days I'd rather melt.
Good stuff. But yeah, the expansion of the band's sound throughout the album is the main thing that I generally love about it. And it does feel like the album fully takes advantage of the approach here, since every track has something interesting to offer. The Blades, for example, is very adventurous and melodic, and out of all the tracks, I think it has the biggest blend of genres. The last song goes for a very crescendo type turn as well, and yeah, a lot of these songs naturally lead to a satisfying climax. It's honestly a great second album for them, and it is also one that I will say gets better with re-listens. You're able to find something new and exciting from it every single time. I will very much recommend it. It's honestly one of the best albums that I've heard from this year so far.